Welcome back to Vinyl Mondays, where we discuss each Monday a different album, different record that is my favorite. We are currently in the top 5 vinyls that I own. Last week we discussed Tears for Fears, and today I'm really excited to talk about one of my favorite bands, The Midnight. The Midnight is a synthwave band that came out in 2014, so fairly new. They are dedicated to that 80s sound with a lot of different pop, techno sound. Those who follow me here know that I post about them a lot. Seen them in concert twice and actually going to go see them again here in just a few months. But today we're talking about their 5th debut album, Monsters. Came out in 2020, so very recent. This album was just phenomenal. It was something that I'd been waiting for 2 years because the previous album that came out in 2018, it was called Kids. It was not as much loved as the previous albums, but let's dig into the artwork. Here's the album cover. It is basically what the cover is a photo of a boy's bedroom from the mid to late 90s. If I can try to look in there closer, you can see an old Macintosh computer. This is very detailed. You see a TV. You can't really tell, but there's a PlayStation 1 on the ground, a pizza box, a cool Midnight poster. There's some movie posters on the wall dedicated to different movies such as Bloodsport, Dirty Dancing, Terminator. There's just a lot going on in this photo. They actually have a cool little poster there. Nocturnal is one of their EPs. I actually have that exact same poster on my wall. But there's a lot going on in here. I mean, we could talk about this for hours, but you can see a monster under the bed. There's a PlayStation 1 controller. Just like pretty much an ideal room that you would see from a kid in the 90s. I actually had a room just like this, to be completely honest. I had a computer, a TV, a similar desk, posters everywhere. But this is just one of my favorite artworks of all time. On the back, it's pretty cool. This is the bedroom that's completely empty. There's nothing on the wall. It has all been packed up. So basically the overall theme of the album is a kid that's growing up. So you can see what the kid's bedroom looks like when he moves in, and then what it looks like when he moves out. One of the songs in the lyrics, it says, "We grow up, we move away, seasons pass, but the monsters stay." Pretty cool lyric. But this album is actually pretty huge. It's got 15 tracks, so actually it has to have 2 different actual vinyls. And if I can get this out, this has one of the coolest looking vinyls that you'll ever see. It's like a purple looking, pretty cool looking if I say so myself, but just a really cool find. Definitely an album that, again, very anticipated. Time to dig into my top 3 songs from this album, which is going to be tough because out of 15 tracks, I'd say about 10 of them I love. There is a couple instrumentals, but my, say, number 3, I'm going to have to go as Monsters, which is obviously the title of the album. That is just a phenomenal song that's actually covered by Jupiter Winter, who does some of the guitar work in this album as well. Number 2, Fire in the Sky, which is actually a movie that came out in the 90s that they named it after. That's just a phenomenal synth song with just a lot of different things going on. Number 1 song on this album. I've played it on here a ton. Deep Blue. It's got a saxophone solo. It's just amazingly written. The lyrics are just top notch. But something exceptionally cool about this album was every single that they did a screenshot close-up of a different part of this bedroom that was not shown on the cover. Here you can see Deep Blue, corner of a bedroom with a closet, a really cool jacket and fish tank. Here's Dance with Somebody, another single on the album. Just super cool artwork. And then last was a song called Prom Night. It had to do with, obviously, prom in high school. Just unbelievable artwork, and probably my favorite artwork I've ever seen in any album, and it really tells a story about just the person that they're writing about. this album is something you definitely need to check out. Those who love any kind of 80s sounding music, The Midnight is at the forefront. They are definitely getting better. This album is a little different sounding than their other ones, a little bit more modern sounds to it, but check it out. Monsters by The Midnight. You're not going to be disappointed, guys. Check it out.